have to start with the T-shirt. Are there more variations of Jake Cronenworth T-shirts than there are Padre T-shirts?
Yeah, I feel like we're getting a new one every week. But this is a staple in my rotation. I usually wear it in the gym, but mix it in out on the field today. Give them some love with the All-Star game coming up.
Can you tell me who's responsible for all the T-shirts, all the different Padre T-shirts?
I don't know if it's a certain company that just makes them and sends them, or if there's a player in there. But I think it's just a company that makes the shirt. I know Breaking Tea or something like that. There's a couple other brands, but every other day I feel like there's a big box on the table in there with a bunch of free shirts. So. Are
you sure it's not Jake coming up with them? Because there are an unusually high number of Jake Cronenworth T-shirts.
Yeah, right. There's like 15 Jake shirts. Everyone else got one each. So Jake might be the mastermind behind it.
You mentioned Jake in the All-Star game, and how cool was it to see him as going the first time? Of course, we knew about Tatis, Yu Darvish, and Mark Melancon make their way.
Yeah, so it's super excited for everybody, but I think there's no one more deserving than Jake. I think the last 2 years here, he's really shown everyone what he's capable of. From the way that he entered into the team and his role here to being what he is now and the impact. I feel really fortunate to be a teammate of his and have him behind me playing defense. And, for him to get that recognition with the way he played the last couple of weeks leading up to the All-Star selections, we were all pulling for him so much. And to see that he wasn't in the running for the starting role, we were really hoping that the players and the guys out on the field that are facing him every night would be able to make an impact and get him into the game. So I'm super happy for him. But that's a guy that I watched from a distance the last couple of years. And the guy that I get calls and texts about more often than anybody else on the team, it's not Tatis, it's not Machado, it's tell me about Cronenworth. What's that dude like? What is he thinking at the plate? Everyone wants to talk to him. So
really,
yeah, it says a lot about who he is and the way he plays the game.
So you're talking like players from other teams, or how?
My buddies with Pittsburgh and guys in Houston that I've played with are always calling me or texting me, asking me about Cronenworth. What's he like? What kind of guy is he? What's he do? What's his routine? Everyone wants to download on what he's doing because what he's doing is right. So
I remember last year when no one knew who Jake Cronenworth was. I mean, he was like the throw-in for the Tommy Pham trade. Like there were a lot of post games with the Dodgers and Justin Joy, that effing guy Cronenworth. Yeah. Is it kind of that sort of conversation? Like, who is this guy? Where'd he come from?
Yeah. It's similar to the Charlie Morton experience in Houston, where Charlie had obviously been around the game for a while and had a big name in the game, but was coming off of injuries and hadn't really been all that talked about or that relevant when it came to top of the rotation starters and the things that he did in 17. He got Charlie F. and Morton, and now I feel like it's Jake F. and Cronenworth. Very similar feel where they're just coming in and I think exceeding everybody's expectations, but now that he's doing what he's doing, it's hard to meet those expectations every night, and he seems to be doing it.
What are your takeaways from this first half of this Padres season?
Very competitive team. It's making me better. The personalities and the attitudes and the way that these guys go about their work, it keeps you in check. And you don't want to be the one that's weighing the boat down and and not doing their part to row and keep it moving in the right direction. So it's motivated me, for many different reasons. Playing at home in front of my hometown and getting to play with some of the biggest names in the sport, you always want to be at your best, but just seeing the way that everyone else works, you wouldn't feel right about yourself if you're not putting in the same effort. So they pulled the best out of me so far, for sure.
If I were to tell you to go ahead and nominate your first half MVP for the Padres, who would it be?
It'd be pretty close between Machado and Jake. I know a lot of their stats are very similar, but just seeing what those guys go through on a daily basis to make sure that they're on the field playing every night and producing. And almost I would argue more on Manny's side than Jake's, because I know Manny's up there probably in the top of the league and hard hit outs. The guy's average could easily be 320, 330 if a lot of those balls fall. So, and Haas, to his credit, has hit the ball extremely hard this year too, and he's had a lot of tough luck. So we got a lot of guys that that are playing well, but it's not really showing. And when some of those balls start dropping and things start going our way, it's going to be a really dangerous team. So I guess long-winded answer, but I think Machado's probably the most impressive one in this first half.
You have planned for the All-Star break?
I just bought a house down in Point Loma, so I'm going to be relaxing at the new pad, and I'll have all my buddies over and some friends. We'll watch the All-Star game and chill. Maybe get out and do a hike or two, get some paddleboarding in, but just try to relax. It's the only time where you get more than one day off in a row for the for a 7-month stretch. So you got to try to do the most you can, but also make sure you use those days to rest and recover.
My fellow native San Diegan, I know you when we first talked to you. You're a beach boy, a beach guy. You always want to live at Pacific Beach, Mission. How did you settle in Point Loma? Why there?
Well, I had the first 5-6 years of my professional career in the off seasons. I would hit up a different beach city that I wanted to live in when I was a kid but couldn't afford, so I started up in Encinitas and I lived up there for 2 years, and I did Cardiff for a year, then I did Del Mar for a year, then I hit Mission Beach and PB for a year each. Did Bankers Hill, get the downtown kind of vibe a little bit, but Loma was a place I never really spent much time, and this place came on the market. I went over there and checked it out, and I just immediately fell in love with how quiet the neighborhood was, how friendly everyone was. I got guys that lives down the street from me who claims that he's my cousin on the first day I'm meeting him, and he's bringing me over fish. It just felt like a really good community to be in, and I fell in love with the house also, but it felt like a place where I can go and I can be on my own and have a little bit of privacy and a little bit of relaxation without being swarmed all the time, and have my little getaway. So it's really nice down there. I'm excited.
I'm only asking this question because I live in PB. When does a person outgrow PB?
I don't know that I ever will. I mean, PB's always a blast. My girlfriend lives down there right now, so I get a little taste of that, in the off season. But I just feel like where I'm at right now, I'm looking for more of a mellow vibe and something to even get the temptations out of there and not have that stuff down the street. I just feel like that's more of where I want to be with where I'm at in my life and what I'm trying to do this year.
You have a house ring party, you invite your teammates and have them bring you nice gifts?
Yeah, I know the All-Star game was going to be a chance for it. I think everyone's taking off though. So next off day we get at home, I'm gonna have everyone over and have them help me furnish my place and get everything dialed in.
Could you pull off this outfit?
No, that's the tie-dye is all clever right there. I'll mix in a little bit of tie-dye, but the short shorts, that's not my look. I can get down with the rest of it. I like the shoes and the tank, but I can't do the shorts that short.
Mike Clevenger has OB written all over him, right?
Oh yeah, Clev's meant to be an OB, and I kept telling that. He's living in downtown now, but I'm sure if he were to buy a place, I think he'd fit right in with the OB crowd.
Okay, listen, I appreciate it all the time, Joe. Is there anything you want to talk about? Anything you got? Anything you want to bring up? I have no idea.
No, I mean, I've it's obviously been a blessing for me this year, and I feel like a lot of things are going in my favor, and I'm definitely working really hard and trying to do all the right things and morally living my life the right way, and trying not to do anything to screw up this good stretch of time that I've been on right now. So obviously a lot of things, a lot of people here are contributing to all that success, but I think, like I said, the guys in the clubhouse are the biggest thing that's pushing me and making me want to bring the best out every day.